Welcome to the MTG Misfits show, and I am here with G.
What's up, everybody?
And we are hitting the new rotation for Standard, and we want to talk about it.
Yeah, so, current Standard, Edge of Eternities is out now officially, so we have that as the newest, shiniest set that people want to get their hands on. But we have a list of what is in Standard right now, so let's go ahead and start with that. Let's take a look at the sets that are in Standard currently. So Dominaria United, The Brothers War, Phyrexia All Will Be One, March of Machine, those all rotated out. So we are starting with Wilds of Eldraine onto the current set, Edge of Eternities.
Yes, let the chaos begin, but a fresh, fun, exciting chaos. What decks are going to be coming out, we're going to figure out real soon. On that note, if we want to go over some notable cards here, Children the Apocalypse, the main card. It is out, guys. Done. Finite.
Yeah, it seemed like Shieldred was around for such a long time, and I guess it was, but it just feels like it's been an eternity with Shieldred the Apocalypse in Standard. It's kind of crazy that it's been this long, but it's gone now. Finally, no more Shally in Standard.
Some other notable cards, Go for the Throats, Sunfalls, maybe Liliana's, some cut downs, some all very solid Standard removal is going out.
Those are usually the biggest hits, I think. It's like, Go for the Throat was just a staple in almost every black deck, and so was Cut Down, and those are gone now. And so Temporary Lockdown, as a sweeper type cheap removal, being gone, like that one's a little harder to replace, right? Since it's so efficient. So these kinds of removal spells, I think, are the big ones. Yeah, Shieldred, big flashy card, very expensive. It kind of sucks to pay that much for a standard card, but the fact is that it is just sometimes a hit or miss card depending on the deck. And towards the end there, we saw very little bit of Shieldred in Standard. But yeah, the removal spells, those are the ones. Those are the ones that really you feel right away.
Some other notables. The ley line for the enchantment decks, along with Zur, gone.
Right, yeah, that deck was a deck for a little while in Standard that was pretty dominant, multicolored, sometimes even just full 5 colors because of the land base allowed it. So getting rid of the payoffs, maybe the deck is just dead now. Maybe we'll see a different iteration of it.
I know towards the end we didn't see it as much. It recently won in my store championship, that domain deck with the Zur. But people forget that how crazy of a combo Zur and the Leyline was. The Leyline would cost 1 white, and then once you get Zur out and you activate it, now it becomes the 6/6 trample lifelink, this, that, above. For one white with flash.
It's kind of a combo centric deck, right? It kind of can kill you in 1 turn.
And then a few other notables. You got Atrexa, which was seen a lot throughout its time. And one kind of notable is the Archfiend of the Dross. I believe that Demon deck won a Pro Tour Standard. It probably won a lot of things, but they're all gone now. We don't have to worry about them, guys.
Kind of haunted Standard for a while, and I wouldn't blame some players if they were just kind of over it, right? Especially if there's one person at your local game store that keeps jamming a Shieldred or an Archfiend of the Dross or something into your deck, and it just always beats you. You're just like, I'm just gonna wait till this rotates out. And we're here. So we only took out 4 actual sets. The aftermath is just an afterthought, really. Not much there that even impacted Standard. So only 4 sets rotated out that have been there for a long time. So we have a lot of tools to play with still in standard. Standard looks good. And these universes beyond sets too are adding so much power. I mean, look what Final Fantasy has done to standard. So many cards are making an entire deck and an archetype work from Final Fantasy. I expect something similar from the Spider-Man set and any other you know, sets that are based on something they really want to push like this. It's not just a made up set, right? Like
Right.
those sets they can kind of tone down. Like Edge of Eternities, I know a lot of people are thinking looks pretty weak, but we'll have to see if there's some big players in there. But Final Fantasy definitely not weak. And like I said, I don't expect that from Spider-Man either. And then any other sets that they come out with these universes beyond straight into standard. Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about, maybe some cards that we think are going to impact standard as of the rotation, right? We talked about the big players of standard from previous standard season. Now that we got those gone, what are we thinking are going to actually take over standard now? I mean, number one on top of the list, you can't deny Vivi and the power of Vivi and how dominating it is in standard right now. And I think that's just going to continue forward. We're also looking at, cards that we didn't mention this before, but the land base is huge, right? There's
Mm,
some lands leaving, right? And then so
yes.
now we need to replace those lands just like removal spells. The lands are also a big part of what makes a deck function, right? And so now we're looking at replacing lands. Starting Town, I think, is going to be a big player in standard to replace a lot of lands that are going to be missing from those sets.
Good point. I did not bring up the lands, but I believe a lot of the pain lands are out, right?
The big talk of the town of Edge of Eternities is the return of some of the shocklands.
Yep.
That is huge for standard, right? We haven't had shocklands for a while now, and they are back in this set. But one thing that really does irk me though is that they didn't put them all. They're not all in there. It's just the 5.
Right.
Breeding Pool, Sacred Foundry, we got Stomping Ground, we got Watery Grave, and we got Godless Shrine.
Mm.
So we don't have access to all 5 yet. And of course, we can see if the next set has that for us. That'd be great. But the fact is that we have to play a standard right now where only 5 of the shocklands exist. And I just wish all of them were put into this set, but that's just me. I mean, I just want the mana to come in and then just, reward everyone for whatever color pair they want to play, and not just like certain decks get rewarded and not others, right?
Right.
Yeah, so shocklands are huge. This is a big part of standard moving forward is having access to some of the best dual lands ever printed. And anyone that's new to standard coming in for the first time, new to Magic even, are going to quickly see how important these lands are. They're the most important lands at this point now
Oh, wow.
in standard.
Okay. What do you think are the new archetypes that are going to come out that are going to be a force to be reckoned with?
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what you think about these two that I'm going to outline here, but not really new, but more like I think they're going to be contenders, right, in the new standard.
Okay.
And the first one is the Boros Mouse decks, the mice decks.
What?
And that's because all of them are in Bloomburrow. None of these cards are getting affected by the rotation. There's like very little that's being touched by that deck. There's so many cards that that are all like rotation proof in the mice decks, and those decks are actually really good.
Man, I was very surprised to hear you say, because in the back of my head, I was thinking like, I felt like I'm pretty sure I read an article. It was real quick, like skimming through some websites, that I heard Boros was going to get gutted because it's been, on top for quite a bit. and I heard it was getting gutted. I know it's hard to say with archetypes, like how an archetype could get gutted,
Mhm.
but very surprising for your to hear that.
Yeah, no, the sneaky mice. I think they're gonna sneak in. Look, it's just such a powerful like thing to do. They did cut, one of the main one drops, but it can be easily replaced by another. And they all synergize really well together. It's just so much power in that mice package, right? And so
Right.
I do think that that is a contender moving forward.
Seen the rabbit deck, the green white. It is
I've seen some here and there. Yeah.
it's absurd of how good it is. Um, and that's a Bloom Barrel thing. Those little rabbits.
Yeah, so
Uh,
there's something to
yeah.
these
Okay.
tribal decks, right? These kindred decks. The
Okay.
next deck that I have a prediction for, and this is because of Shocklands coming back,
Okay.
is Burn. Burn in Standard.
Burn. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen that for a while.
There's a good amount of actual burn spells in Standard right now,
Mm-hmm.
and Shocklands only make it better.
Oh, like punish the opponent who's playing a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
shock lands. Like
Yeah,
make
and I
them.
mean, think about the name, right? Oh, you shocked yourself. I didn't even have to play a spell,
Let's.
right? And so, yeah, burn. I think in standard can be a thing. I mean, there's some sneaky cards in standard right now that are burn based. There's Boros Charm, which
Okay.
is just out of the left field because it's in one of those starter decks for foundations. It's not even in the main set. So people don't even
Uh,
realize some of these cards are in standard and they just go straight to the face burn like super efficiently. And someone who's playing a greedy mana base, let's say someone's like, "Oh, I got Watery Grave and I got, these other shock lands. I can go ahead and play my 3-color deck now." And they do a couple of shocks throughout the game. That's 4 damage.
Interesting. Yeah, because the top of my head, and I got to go back and look, but I can name a bunch of burn cards with lightning bolts,
Mm-hmm.
shock, bolt wave, Boros charm. Right off the pop, those are very good. You know what? I haven't seen a really good burn deck in a long time, and that would be great to see. I think. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe.
it's kind of exciting, like, look, I'm not a burn player myself. Like I like more complex decks that are doing cool things, but hey, if it's the best thing to be doing, just straight up turn one bolt to the face or whatever, that's
Yeah.
sweet. Speaking of bolt, and we'll bring this card up since it's a new one, Plasma Bolt. I'll go ahead and read it off. It's 1 red. It's from the new set, Edge of Eternities.
Okay.
It's 1 red, sorcery. Plasma Bolt deals 2 damage to any target, but it has Void. Plasma Bolt deals 3 damage instead if a non land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn.
Oh.
So, kind of a way to, get a lot of burn to the face going with these kinds of new cards, with these
Sure.
restrictions. But hey, I mean, sometimes you're a burn deck, you're going to do 2 damage to the face anyway. But I think a lot of times you'll be able to pull off that 3 damage. So you got a lot of burn coming at you in the new standard. And I think it's going to, make an appearance with these shock lands, going to be in everybody's decks.
That's a pretty cool take, and I did not expect for you to say a burn deck. I mean, when's the last time you actually really seen a legit burn deck? I remember back in the day, burn decks were pretty fun to see. People would just burn you out. But nowadays, it's like unheard of. And mark this video, August 1st, that you're calling it out if there's going to be a burn deck. That would be impressive because I would never even think about that. Thank you guys for watching. This is the standard rotation that's going on, our predictions, what cards are rotating out. We'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think. Let us know if you have any questions. Some people have been leaving comments. We'd love to answer them. And thanks for watching.
Go jam some standard. Do it. Your local game store. Get it.